Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball. Now today I'm going to be doing a little Q&A that's going to be extra long. I don't know how long it's going to be, but obviously from the timestamp or whatever, not timestamp, but the length of the video, you guys can see how long it is. Because I missed my Q&A last week and I thought I'd make up for it a little bit, but I don't know how long this one's going to run. So let's get right into this. What is your favorite line from a movie? Well, I think it needs to be what I'm going to tweak the question and make it what my favorite line from a game is. And definitely one of my favorites would have to be something from The Witcher 3, in which a character states, "Women are very simple, but men are hopeless romantics." Or was it hopeless fools? It was one of those two. But it's a very true statement because women can, in theory, not stereotyping, but in theory women have very simple triggers to activate. Not saying men don't, but when men do try way too hard sometimes. That is definitely a good fact to know. Let's see here. I come alive when you go to sleep. I'm leaving the lights on tonight. So DBN, remember how you said that Dragon Ball AF manga is trash, right? Well, here's some news. You know the guy that made the Dragon Ball AF manga? Toritaro? Why did I say it like that? Toritaro. Why can't I say his name? Toritaro. There you go. Well, it turns out that he's the artist behind the Dragon Ball Super manga. Don't believe it? Look it up. I knew that. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. The Dragon Ball AF manga is still awful. I never said the art was awful. He makes good art. His storytelling was just terrible. Didn't make any sense, and I think the AF manga is still trash. And yes, I'm still going to do that video on the whole AF manga in due time. When did I say I was making that thing in, like, what? When I had, like, 4,000 subscribers or something crazy? Some small number. Anyways, delete that question. How strong is the God mode transformation? I think it's 6 times Rage Vegeta, going by Kiratorian's statement that Super Saiyan God is a 6, Beerus is a 10, and Whis is a 15. Well, if all that stuff still stands after Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, and Super, I'd have to agree it's around 6 times Raging Vegeta, based off that statement. But we don't know how strong Raging Vegeta is. That's the problem, and I honestly cannot. See, the thing is that you can't put a number. I've seen people try, and it's so inconsistent. You can't put a number on the God transformation as of now. It's far too inconsistent to attempt, and I mean, it's not like it's foolish if you do. It's always fun to try to figure it out. I've tried to figure it out. It's very difficult. There's not enough information on the forum. There's no official multiplier, nothing. I've seen people say it's 20,000 times Super Saiyan 3, which I think would definitely be a little bit too much. I mean, 20,000 times that of Super Saiyan 3 would be absolutely absurd. I don't think it's close to that. But is it stronger than the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier 4,000 times? Well, that would be 4,000 times base. So I do think Super Saiyan God, and I don't like doing this whole God and Super Saiyan 4 debate because it's so overdone at this point. I'm not going to say I haven't done it to death. It's definitely, I don't think anyone can disagree, and I think it'd be a little foolish for anyone to disagree with this. And I'm just going off the notion that's a 10 times multiplier of Super Saiyan 3 for Super Saiyan 4. Even though it's probably more than that, I'm going to do my own video on the multiplier. Anyone that thinks that Super Saiyan God is less than a 10 times multiplier of Super Saiyan 3 is completely out of their minds. Unless it's not about being stronger, or it's about having a certain level, a certain presence of your ki. I don't think God ki has a whole lot to do with the damage output you give. As we can see in Super here, God ki is attained by not letting your ki get leaking out of your body. Does that instantly raise their power? I'm not quite sure what it is. We have to see. As I'm recording this, we're on episode. We just finished episode 22 of Super, so we have to wait and see. Obviously, I think obviously been shown that Vegeta did do a little bit to Beerus when he was raged. He did not have God ki. He definitely wasn't letting his ki not leak out. He was definitely letting that escape his body. It's very unclear where I could put the multiplier but it definitely would have to be more than the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier. Now, whether or not that's more than the 4,000 times Super Saiyan 3 that the GT Goku would be compared to the Z Goku, I'm not so sure. Again, as I've said before, Omega Shenron's attack, his minus energy ball, was going to destroy the universe in a matter of time. Beerus and Goku's punches when they were colliding was shaking the universe and potentially destroying it due to the vibrations. Interpret that as you will. But in my mind, at this moment at least, unless Super tries to, you know, F things up again, in my mind, the only character in GT, and I have, again, I've said this before, no shame at all in saying this, because I think there's suffice evidence from Super to kind of blow away most of GT. The only character that has a chance against Beerus and God Goku, and maybe even Whis, is still Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, because of the way he just completely annihilated Omega without, he looked at him and just annihilated him, knocked his attack back, turned it into negative and positive energy, which who knows what power that takes. And I don't think Gogeta, I think Gogeta's blown off by a lot of people just because he's a GT character. Listen, man, the amount of power that character must have to annihilate Omega Shenron like that, he made him look like a complete fool. It was more of a beatdown than Vegito versus Buhan, definitely. Who knows how much stronger, you know, Gogeta is than, you know, Omega. And I'm not going to talk about Goku at the end of the 100-year gap, because we don't know his power. We don't know if he's even stronger than Gogeta. People have speculated. We have no idea, okay? Yeah, he's probably been training for that whole 100 years, so it's possible that he is definitely stronger. In his base, even. I think as a Super Saiyan 4, I guess it would make sense for him too if he's been training that whole time. But if I really had to give it a multiplier for Super Saiyan God, and I'm just gonna play devil's advocate and just say Gogeta's stronger, even though I'm not saying Gogeta is stronger than God Goku. I think he has a chance, but just so I can narrow it down to a range, I'm going to just play devil's advocate and say he is weaker than Gogeta, just to play devil's advocate. Super Saiyan 4 is 4,000 times the strength of the Goku from the Buu Saga as a Super Saiyan 3. We go from that past Omega quite a bit. I think that I could see Super Saiyan God being in the range of maybe around 13. And I'm just going off of feats here, and it sounds crazy to me even. I'd say maybe around 13,000 times that of Super Saiyan 3. And it's kind of funny, I said 20,000 is too high, and maybe it is. And I'm not sure where people got that number from, because that was way before Super even aired. But I think 13,000. The thing is, though, is like, it's weird. They could give him a number that completely makes... The thing with Super is they could give him a number. If they put out a number, it could just make them look weaker than GT characters, regardless of what we've seen. And we don't really know how that universing feat was. It was due to the vibrations of them hitting, but their, you know, energy blasts weren't doing anything to the surrounding universe, which is weird. So maybe 13,000 is too high. Maybe he is weaker than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The fact of the matter is, on both sides, there's a load of bullshit surrounding either side, and quite frankly, in my opinion, no side is right until we get a definitive answer from Super, making everything in GT irrelevant, because Gogeta's power is unknown. Like I said, he was so powerful he could look at Omega Shenron and just pretty much blink him away. Knocked him back. So we really don't know. And I know there's going to be a lot of crazy comments in this video, and you can go ahead and do that. But that's my thoughts on it off the top of my head. Not... Obviously, this isn't some in-depth video, so if you disagree with me, you know, try to at least take it with a grain of salt and don't turn into one of those little 6-year-old keyboard warriors and attack me just for saying something off the top of my head. I'm not writing stuff down and going super in-depth in it, and oh boy, I spent a lot of time on this question, didn't I? So we should probably move on. Hey, well, hello there, friend. My sister. I don't have a sister, but... Oh, wait, that's not what it says. I can't read. My sister. I don't have a sister. I don't have a sister. I have a brother. Oh, okay. Not sure what that means. Let's see. 2. I guess this is okay. This question. I'm gonna read these middle ones. This is the first question for it. For this one up here, this is the beginning question. All right, let's see. Who do you think will win in a fight, Sean Schemmel or Chris Sabat? Well, the thing is, Christopher Sabat has a beard, and as a man with a beard myself, I can tell you that adds about 14,000 pounds of force to each punch. So I don't think that Sean Schemmel has a really good chance in this fight. What do I like more, Ocean Dub or Funimation Dub? I think, for me, it would definitely easily be the Funimation Dub because I grew up with it. I am a little biased. And it's weird, when you talk about dubs, it's hard to tell which one's better just by a pure skill range. But I just feel, and I really don't like talking about this because I think the Ocean Dub sounds silly. The characters don't fit for me because I grew up with the, Funimation dub. And maybe it's something to do with English actors because I can watch the Japanese fine with no problems. But when it comes to the Ocean Dub, I just think they sound cheesy, corny. I just don't think they sound that good. But what do you guys think? Which one do you like more? And which one did you grow up with between those two? I know a lot of you guys like the Japanese, so try not to talk about the Japanese too much just because I want to keep it between the Ocean Dub and the Funimation Dub. But I like the Funimation better. I think that there's more skill with the actors, in my opinion. But again, I'm not biased towards a lot of things, but I'm inadvertently and against my will, I have to be biased because of nostalgia, and I grew up with this. This is what I lived, and that's something that just kind of is hard to just completely go against, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. All right, 1. Why can't some people in the DB community accept that Super is bad? It has inconsistencies, plot holes, retcons, power levels of the gods drastically lowered from what everyone expected, being only 10 times stronger than Vegeta, and the timeline that is not right. When you tell me that they defend how people get power-ups, it makes no sense. You're wrong, and stop bashing the series. I've watched the series since Dragon Ball was on TV, and it's by far the worst Dragon Ball series I've ever seen. Well, I disagree with this, and here's why. Super, first of all, let's just talk about the Vegeta thing. Beerus is not 10 times stronger than Vegeta. He's much more than that. We don't know how Raging Vegeta's power boost works, even though it makes no sense. He was pretty clearly stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Some people speculate even stronger than Vegito, which I think might be stretching it a bit. But going off of the fact that he could be stronger than GT characters, that would make sense. The thing about Dragon Ball characters, and there's always plot holes in their series, retcons, I mean, we've seen that before, inconsistencies, these 3 things right here, we see this in all of Dragon Ball, really. Retcons is a little bit different. That's something we're just going to have to live with. I haven't seen things that were too much of a problem in terms of retcons. We're going over the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F arcs. I can understand why people wouldn't like it. But once we get into this Universe 6 stuff, I have high hopes for this series being something incredibly great. As of now, which do I like better? Even though that wasn't the question, I would still rather watch parts of GT. Parts. I specify parts of GT. Not all of GT, because a lot of GT is not that great. But there are parts of GT that I really enjoy. Super is going to have more interesting things. I feel like it's going to be, partly due to the mind of Akira Toriyama. And we're going to see some really interesting stuff in the series. Now, as for your second part, I mean, people can, defend. They have good points to defend these things on, and they have every right to not like it. You don't have to like Super. No one has to like it. Everyone has opinions. I don't think it's the worst Dragon Ball series. I don't think any of them are bad, really. I guess worst doesn't exactly equate to bad, but you know what I mean. I just think Super needs time to grow. I think they made a bad choice of trying to retell the 2 movies. That was definitely a bad choice. And I hope that we see more stuff past Universe 6 arc, but I don't really know at this point. Let's get to the next question already. Goku should have defeated Beerus if he would have used Kaioken. He would have killed them. There shouldn't be a specific technique that lets you win the fight for the heroes that don't use it. And they don't use it. It defeats the purpose of introducing it. I know Dragon Ball isn't perfect, but don't start with plot holes 20 plus years later. I mean, ever since the, it's not just, see, this goes another thing. People are blaming Super for all this stuff. Kaioken wasn't used anytime after the Frieza arc, unless you count the filler where it does Super Kaioken. It was never used. It's a plot hole that existed with the core series. It's not Super's fault. There's plenty of techniques that are going unused in the series, and it's not Super's fault. It's just continuing the trend, which I guess it isn't helping by not using them. Same thing goes with Zenkai boosts. They just don't do them anymore. Doesn't mean they don't exist. Maybe they got diluted, but they just don't mention them anymore after the Cell arc. So inconsistencies abound in the whole show. It's just something you gotta accept. I just noticed something, that Popo hasn't appeared in Super yet. Do you think they forgot him? No, they didn't forget him, I don't think. He wasn't in either of the two newest movies, and that's what they're covering, so they obviously aren't going to show him off if they, weren't supposed to. If someone made a Goku cake, would you call it a carrot cake? Only if it was actually a carrot cake, then in that case, I think it would be appropriate to call it that. What is it about Ask FM that makes it so addictive? I don't think it's really addictive, but it is a very good and bad system to answer questions. I have almost 7,400 questions, which is actually a lot when I really think about it. And it's a great system to get questions, receive them. They're all just questions. It's not like Twitter's a little bit different. I don't like using Twitter for questions. I know a lot of my friends are going to move on to that for their Ask FMs. Kwaman's already done it. Thing about Ask FM, I love it. It's the questions just down the line. I get to look through questions. It's nice. Problem is, there's no spam detectors. It doesn't have an order. You can't jump all the way to the bottom of your questions, which makes it annoying to answer old ones. There's a lot of problems with it, but honestly, it's the simplest way for me to answer questions, so that's why I do it. It's simple, relaxing, so that's why I like it. You should plan a meetup with your subscribers. Well, I do plan on doing that sometime. I'm not sure when. I live in New York State, not the city. I actually don't live from the city. I live about 3.5 hours from New York City. That'll give you a ballpark of where I am in any direction, but I do live in New York State. Someone's going to find out where I live, and that's all fine and dandy. Come at me. I got my fisticuffs ready for you. But, I mean, a meetup could happen, definitely. Yeah. Would you agree or disagree that there should be more strong female types in anime? I think females in animes, from what I've seen, I don't watch a lot of the newer ones, but from all the animes I've seen, a lot of them are so fan servicey that women will get strong roles, but they still are being shown off so provocatively and stuff, which it is in the anime culture, and I can understand it, but it would be nice to maybe see just a powerful woman that isn't overly sexualized. Hey, I like seeing booty too, but since everyone's doing it that way, there's no, differentiation in all of it. It's all the same. You kind of pretty much know what to expect from an anime girl nowadays. It's just, upskirt shots or chest shots, and maybe they're being a badass at the same time. So I think it'd be nice for them to change it up a little bit. Definitely. Let's see here. What is your opinion on Dragon Ball Super? I personally love it so far. The new arc is going to be really good with Ginyu coming back, Togoma living, and spoilers, Piccolo seems to be dead. How is he going to come back? Also, how does this affect the new arc during the tournament? Can't say anything about the new arc yet. Obviously, Piccolo I don't think is going to be dead. Considering he's going to be in this next arc and he's at the end of Z. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm liking Super. I just wish they would stop repeating things so much. I just burped a little. Let's see. If Pan went to Super Saiyan 4, do you think she should have pink fur? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea, but it would look weird, wouldn't it? Just imagining Pan as a Super Saiyan 4. There's gotta be some weird ass fan fiction or fan art out there for that. I'm sure it's there. I know it's kinda silly, but what if Broly was made canon and in Dragon Ball Super had the same origin, but this time Broly was a girl, a lot stronger, and we see her train and not just have never-ending ki like her male counterpart. I mean, I guess that'd be interesting. It's not something I want to see, but one quick note, and this is for everyone watching this, please. This part about the never-ending key, it's not necessarily that it's never-ending, or not. You didn't say this, but you know, some people say continually rising forever. He says it's overflowing. Now, if anyone knows what the word overflowing means, it means you keep something can keep coming, but it spills out. So if you keep, I've used this analogy. What happens if you keep filling up a glass of water? You can keep filling it as much as you want, but it caps off and keeps spilling out into the environment. It keeps spilling. You can only go up to a certain point. Broly, when he says it's overflowing, he then lets out a ton of ki and is then tired right after. He does not continuously rise his energy like a lot of people think, you know, to fight Majin Buu and crazy things like that. Also, Broly's not ever coming back, for those of you who wanted to hear it. He's not a creation of Toriyama. He's not ever coming back. There's no reason for Broly to ever come back, but I've seen some interesting female Broly artwork, I guess. Oh yeah, Bardock's not coming back either. I want to do a video on that, but I feel like that'd just be so almost... I feel like I'd almost get called clickbait just because it's a clickbaiter topic. But I want to do a video just talking about like Bardock's never coming back or something like that. Oh, I think Geekdom actually did it, damn it. Well, how about I'll do one on he'll never see his parents. That's a little bit different. I'll talk to Danny about it, see what he thinks of it. I don't want to really copy his topic or anything, so I'll talk to him first because he's my good friend and I respect him. Let's see. Do you think there should be more female fighters in Dragon Ball? It'd definitely be nice to see. Dragon Ball, like I mentioned earlier, animes like to provocatize the women. In Dragon Ball, you know, it's not like they never shown off, you know, girls or anything like that. Not to the extent of a lot of these animes, but Dragon Ball has always made women look strong. Ranfran did have a bit of sleaze to her in Dragon Ball, and there definitely were some characters that were over-sexualized in early Dragon Ball. But in Z especially, you know, characters like Videl, even Chi-Chi, you know, she's still can kick some ass, and especially in some of the filler. Bulma, Tech Nerd, they definitely have made her look really young in Resurrection F, which is still odd. But I think that Dragon Ball does a good job with its women, especially as far as anime goes. And I do appreciate the work that goes into that kind of character building. And I do want to see more female fighters. That would be something pretty interesting. You know, we don't need it to always be a big sausage fest. I don't know if you know the anime One Punch Man, but everyone is saying Saitama can beat Goku. Do you agree or not? In my opinion, Goku would destroy him. Literally, from what I've seen of the show and, you know, heard from the manga, One Punch Man, from my understanding, has never not beaten someone with one punch. Again, I have not. I repeat, have not, so don't you dare roast me on a spit because, oh, I'll come at you with a fury. But I have not read the manga or anything like that, but I've heard from sources. I've seen parts of the anime. I haven't seen a whole lot of it, but I've heard that One Punch Man has, I guess one guy had armor, so he knocked the armor down first, and then the second punch hit him because he actually hit the guy. Other than that, from what I understand, he hasn't lost a fight necessarily by not punching someone. He hasn't had to punch someone more than once, I guess. To me, his character kind of seems like he's made to beat everyone in one punch. So if he fought Goku, he would just beat him in one punch just because that's his character. Literally, there's no evidence to say he could or couldn't beat Goku. So I think it's always silly when people argue because, like, what are his limits? We don't know. We don't know what One Punch Man's limits are, and I think it's kind of silly to argue when I for one don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. You guys put down some feats. I mean, I'm thinking about honestly starting to read the manga. I've been out of anime for a while aside from Dragon Ball. The thing that I learned about me is just because I like Dragon Ball doesn't mean I watch a ton of anime. Yeah, it's an anime. It's also a show that I enjoy a lot and I've watched since I was a kid. It's a show I'm always going to love. But just because I watch, you know, anime doesn't mean, you know, an anime show doesn't mean I watch all animes or I'm obligated to watch other animes. I enjoy a show. I can enjoy that one show. I liked Breaking Bad. I didn't watch other dramas, really. You know, I like a couple horror movies, but I don't really like watching horror movies in general. It's just certain things. I'm very particular with my anime selection. I don't go and watch a ton of them. And I got completely off track of this question, but a lot of people get mad at me when I don't watch Fairy Tail because I don't like it. I don't like Fairy Tail. I haven't tried Hunter x Hunter. There's a bunch of them I haven't tried, but I've seen a lot. I like Desert Punk, Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, Rurouni Kenshin. I mean, what was it? Inuyasha was alright. It wasn't that great. Cowboy Bebop's awesome. I saw all that, and that's really cheap. You can buy that for like, I think, $15. The whole series I've seen it go on for. So I've definitely seen anime. I just don't feel obligated to freaking watch it, you know, just because I like a couple of them. And that always is one of the things that really bothers me. But again, I don't know on this one. I don't really watch a lot of One Punch Man. I've seen a couple episodes, and I don't know a lot about him, so it'd be foolish for me to even try to say this. When do you think Naruto Shippuden anime is going to end? I'm predicting mid-2017 because of the filler, lol. I don't watch Naruto. I don't really like it. I actually saw like the first 100 episodes, but I still don't like it. Like, I just stopped enjoying it. I think it just got too stupid for me or whatever. Or got too repetitive, I guess. There's too many flashbacks. Maybe if I read the manga, I'd enjoy it more, but I don't know. Naruto doesn't pull me in. Let's see. What's the dumbest thing Vegeta has ever done? Come on, man. He grew a freaking mustache in GT. If the humans learned Kaioken and trained for the androids, could they have been a difference maker? If they went to the time chamber like Piccolo and all Saiyans, would they have been a threat to Cell or Cell Juniors? Not even close. The humans are so much weaker than the Saiyans that they still, even with Kaioken, honestly would not be able to beat even the androids, I would think. Because if Piccolo, you know, Piccolo's obviously a lot stronger than the humans, and he could fight evenly with 17 after his, you know, fusing with Kame. And then, hypothetically speaking, he should have been strong at Semi-Perfect Cell. I don't see the humans with Kaioken getting to, you know, the 400 million power level range. Considering most of them are probably around, you know, I think Krillin and Tien are probably around 1 or 2 million, maybe. I think humans get overestimated a lot. The only thing that really you could say is, oh, he held back Cell with his Tri-Beam. Yeah, very particular attack, and he held them back with it. Didn't do any damage, though. I guess he has to be somewhat strong. You know, he deflected Boo Tanks' blast in the Boo Saga. The Tri-Beam is just a weird attack, I guess. Takes out his life force, which I bet you they're going to forget it does. But I don't know. If Piccolo gets a God mode, which I hope he doesn't, power up, do you think they will give one to the humans? Nope. I don't think that's ever going to happen for either characters, honestly. Maybe. The only thing. Okay. The only thing, and here's what I actually could hypothesize, and oh my god, I actually might have to do a video on this because this could be interesting. Let me know. Might do a video on this. I can't talk. I might do a video on this, and I want you guys, if you actually have something to say to me, please share your thoughts. When Whis, because Whis is obviously not saying, Beerus is obviously not saying, they both have godly ki. They have Goku and Vegeta learn to control their ki within their body. But does that mean any race can really do that? Honestly, I'm asking that question right now. Could Piccolo honestly do that? Could Majin Buu, if he had the brains, do that? Could Krillin, Tien do that? I don't know. Would it necessarily be called a God boost? Maybe not. I don't really know. But that could be a video, and it sounds almost stupid. But I honestly 100% want to know what you guys think of that. Please, if you have anything to say on it, I want to hear some feedback on that, because I think that's an interesting topic, actually. And if any of you steal my topic, I will come to your house and throw barbecue sauce on you. So keep that in mind when you try to steal my video topics, because you will get barbecue sauce, my friend. Maybe some peppers thrown at you. Habanero. Yeah. And then I'll pee on your lawn, so take that. Is the God Saga / movie a copy of the original SS story? It was in the past with just a new color scheme. I'm sorry, I really don't know what this is asking. Maybe I'm just not intelligent. I guess, I don't know. Why wasn't the movie after Battle of Gods about the legendary evil from the ancient times? About how a legendary evil from the ancient times was revived, the first Super Saiyan or the first Super Saiyan God? Because it was about Frieza. I mean, there wasn't really... They didn't really seem to care that much about that legend. They didn't even mention it in Super. So I don't even think they care about it, honestly. Do you think at the end of Super there will be threat involving the 12 universes, similar to how the universe was on the line in GT instead of Earth? Do you think at the end of Super there will be a threat involving the 12 universes, similar to how the universe was on the line? So you're asking me if all universes are going to be are going to be in danger? I mean, I guess it's possible, but I can't. The thing is, I can't honestly speculate because we don't have any information, really. We just know it's going to be a tournament. I can't really say. How strong is Krillin in the BoJack movie, which isn't canon? Tien beat base Trunks post time chamber, which I don't think really should be a thing because Trunks should be as base form in that. Probably around, and this is just off the top of my head again, please don't freaking roast me. Probably at least a 15 million in his base, and Tien is nowhere near that level in my mind. I don't think so. I mean, maybe he is, but there's no real way to tell. And make him transform to win, so Trunks has to go Super Saiyan. Does that mean Krillin can beat him in his base? Also, if he is close, he should be far past Frieza on Namek. Yeah, they're not even... I mean, like I said, this movie's not really officially... it's not canon. That. It fits in the timeline perfectly, but it's not really done by Toriyama. It's not part of the original manga. It's just kind of filler. And even if he could beat Trunks in his base, that still wouldn't make him close to Final Form Frieza. I mean, there's nothing in the series, and I've looked over, there's nothing in the series that makes any Saiyans up until, past Battle of God look like they're stronger than Frieza in their base forms. It really isn't. It's not that hard to believe when you get down and think about it. I've always said that. So, why didn't Vegeta just transform into an ape when he fought the androids in Cell? He would have been clearly more powerful. Well, he didn't have a tail, did he? So, I guess he couldn't do that. If you could make up an arc in Dragon Ball Super, what would it be about? You can use the Dragon Balls to revive anyone. That, and I'm not saying I'm going to do a video on it, but that could honestly be a video topic. My dream arc for Dragon Ball Super or something. I think it'd be best to grab a few guests, but I think that honestly is not a bad topic. It's kind of, obviously speculative and stuff, and it wouldn't be something that would happen. It'd just be something we'd want to happen. Fan fiction, so to speak. Could be an interesting video. Maybe it won't happen, though. Omega Shenron versus Bills. Beat the Z Warriors and Z when he used 10% on Vegeta. Omega defeated Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Their families, Majub and Novus Shenron, having the same power in fusion is clear, so Vegeta is equal to Goku. Well, I think Goku lowered his power a lot, actually, to fuse with Vegeta, but who's as strong as a Z counterpart? I don't see how Bills could beat them. Well, Goku is definitely a lot stronger than his Z counterpart. I've already said he's 4,000, and in Super Saiyan 4, he's bare minimum 4,000 times the strength of Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Buu Saga. But like I said earlier, I just think there's more feat-wise evidence to support that Beerus could win, not Bills. Who is stronger, Vegito in Z or Goku and Vegeta in Forgotten Snow Battle of Gods and Super? If Vegito is stronger or close to their strength, if he transforms into Super Saiyan, he should be able to beat Beerus, Whis, and Frieza. I think as a Super Saiyan, I'd still say Vegito should be stronger than them in their base in Resurrection F. But I don't think Vegeta... Based on my video I did the other day on how strong Vegito is, I don't think that he can beat Beerus. I don't. Let's see. Oh, and you can check out that video at the end of this one or in the link down below if you want to argue with me about how strong I think Vegito is, because I'll tell you, there's arguments to be had. Dragon Ball Super is doing the same story as Dragon Ball GT. They are going to travel the universe to search for Dragon Balls, and for being a lighthearted show, that makes many jokes. Why does everyone like Super for copying, but hate GT because it sucks? GT is a far better series and for original fans than Super. Well, I think GT, they definitely have a lot of similarities, like you just said, but I think people just think this feels more of a consistent show. That's really the bottom line. Which is a better series, Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball GT? I already talked about this. To everyone that loves Dragon Ball Super, talks so bad about GT, laughing my fucking ass off. Sorry, let me be perfect with it. In 22 episodes, Dragon Ball Super surpassed GT in plot holes, defying all expectations. I don't hate Super, but I just think after all these years, the whole story would be better with little or no plot holes or inconsistencies. I mean, I think people just forget Dragon Ball's always had plot holes. It always has. I'm not saying Super doesn't have an extreme amount of them, because it does. So does GT. I don't know why people are really debating such a silly thing, though, honestly, about plot holes. The whole series have had them. I don't really know why people have to debate that. Like, oh, well, this is better because it's, got less plot holes, or this is better because it has, less plot holes. Ooh, that's not really, I think that Super is just a higher quality show, but definitely more well written, I would say. It has a better pace in some aspects, and I think when the new stuff that happens in Super, when they actually add stuff, the show's really good. That's why I think the Universe 6 arc, that's going to be 100% original stuff, is going to be an amazing arc. It really is. I think people are just too quick to judge Super at this point. What would you wish for if you had all 7 balls? Yes, I said balls, not Dragon Balls. Damn, I've wished for... I'm not going to, obviously take the cop-out and wish for infinite wishes, because that's a cop-out. I would wish to be a Saiyan, and that is a stupid wish, but that's my wish. I don't think you can wish. You can't wish for that. I'm pretty positive, but if I could, I would. How can getting tortured by Frieza for 4 months make you stronger than Majin Buu when you start off as strong as Midoriya? I don't think he was as strong as stronger than Majin Buu, and he had to get stronger to defend himself. So I don't know. John Cena versus Aquaman. Neither. Next Q&A. I mean, I don't know. I don't really do Q&As too often, so I'm definitely not doing one now. I know... Boy, here we go with this shit. Here we go. I know Scorpion's made some terrible videos. Yes, he has. But you can't just assume he sucks. He has good lists, like top 10 worst Dragon Ball Z villains, top 10 Dragon Ball tear-jerking moments, and those... Yeah... And quite honestly, those are not that amazing of lists, honestly. He's very biased towards Broly, too, I've noticed. He very biased. I don't like the guy. When he was doing his Watch Mojo thing, he made a video. I made my own video on it telling people to vote for their favorite YouTubers. Never said to vote for me. I'm like, yeah, vote for these guys, and that list is so old at this point. Vote for whoever you like, but don't forget to vote, thumbs up the list itself so it gets noticed. That was the most important thing that no one else even freaking mentioned, was to get the list popular, hitting the thumbs up on the list itself, and then worrying about the YouTubers. This is what really made me not respect the guy. He is one of those individuals that hides their subscriber count, so you can't see how many subscribers they have. What he did was, he says, oh, if you guys vote for me and get me to number 1, I'll show my subscriber count. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really, bro? You can like the dude's videos, but that is literally no integrity. It's like, yeah, I'll show you my subscriber count, but you have to do this for me. You shouldn't have to hide it in the first place. And it's just funny the way I see him treat people. And it's just absurd to think of that. And I don't think his videos are that good either, by the way. I don't think his videos are that good at all. I don't think they're that well crafted. I'm not saying I'm amazing either, but he does not impress me as a person himself. I don't find him that enjoyable to listen to. Especially considering that lack of integrity, which A big part of being a YouTuber is having a personality. I'm an asshole, and some people love me for that. Some people think I'm too much of an asshole and don't watch my videos, and that's fine. But enough people like it that I can keep doing it and be who I want to be. His personality or whatever he's got going there, you know, bribing his subscribers to get him to the top of a list, which he still didn't get very high in. Just despicable in my mind. I mean, he's not the only YouTuber. There's a bunch of Dragon Ball tubers that were doing that, you know, not really feeling like naming any names, even though I've definitely called out people before, but I'm not feeling like sparking a war in the comments, honestly. Not right now. Even though I enjoyed episode 22, I found a plot hole. That's not a surprise. How come Ginyu had good control over Tagoma's body, yet he had problems and Goku's back on Namek? It's a plot hole. There's literally no way to answer it. Now, if I'm correct, the subtitles are different for a lot of people. Now, I do believe and we have to wait for the really good, accurate subs to come out. But there are some versions, from what I believe, that state that that Gohan says he's a little bit weaker than before, or whatever. But I haven't seen that one. But even though a little bit weaker would not be anywhere close to how the drop was from Goku, for the Goku Ginyu, I guess. Episode 22 of Dragon Ball Super is amazing. It was a very good episode, yes. I found this petition for the, what the hell, pass it on to you and see if you might do a video on it. It would be cool to have a real Planet Namek. That whole petition thing that I heard about a while ago, actually. I've known about this for a while. I took part in the petition. Do I need to do a video on it? It's so old at this point that I feel like everyone knows about it. And, I mean, I don't really know if I need to do a video on it. I might. I don't think it's all that necessary, but I might just do it because some people still don't know about it. And it will be awesome to have a planet named Namek. That would definitely be something amazing. Let me just check how much time I got rolling on here. That's a pretty decent amount right there. Yeah, I might do a video on it, but I'm not quite sure. 12 Cybermen versus Raditz. Oh my god, Raditz would get destroyed. Raditz was already about the same strength as Cybermen. Even one would be a pretty good fight for him. Two would be more than enough to take him out. Do you think that Nappa went Super Saiyan 3? Do you think if Nappa went Super Saiyan 3, he would grow hair? I think his mustache, and that's about it. And I'm not even trying to, you know, be sarcastic or anything. I mean, that's literally all the hair he has. Then again, he might not grow any hair because your eyebrows disappear as a Super Saiyan 3. Maybe his beard will disappear. Who knows? Could you imagine Nappa without a beard? Or, I'm sorry, a mustache. Would you fuck Frieza in the ass for 20 cents? The Frieza with the long head. What the hell, man? What the hell kind of question is that? No. 10 cents is a lot of money, though. I'll give you that. Why was you stuck in the Grand Elder's ass last week? What the hell, man? You didn't sell... Why didn't Cell use a lot of Frieza's techniques like Supernova? Just inconsistencies. They don't really... I mean, he didn't really need to... I guess Supernova would have been an easy one to pull off. It's a quick firing attack from what we've seen of it. I don't know. He didn't use Death Ball either. He used Death Beam, Death Saucer, and that was really it. Do you think Chi-Chi... What the hell, man? I'm not even going to read that. What are the top 5 things you do not like about GTA 5? Number 1, the biggest thing is that you can't crouch. There's a stealth button, but you can't crouch. They should have made the stealth button the same thing as a crouch button. I don't see what the problem with that would have been. Number 2, the shooting for the free aim is taken from Red Dead Redemption rather than Max Payne 3, which was built as a shooter. Number 3, car damage. Not nearly as good as GTA 4's. Number 4, ragdoll physics. Not nearly as good as GTA 4's. Number 5, and this is probably the last one I can even think of. Wow. What is it? Number 5. What was I gonna say? Being drunk is not nearly as fun as it was in GTA 4 either. There you go. But there's tons of things that GTA 5 did better than 4. Oh yeah, there is. Do you think Vegeta was foolish for killing Nappa? If Vegeta would have won because Nappa and Vegeta can turn to a great ape. Yeah, I mean, Xenoverse kind of showed that off a little bit with their little flash forward things they had going, but I don't know. I don't think he was foolish. I mean, Nappa kind of, you know, went paralyzed and he's like, oh, I'm going to kill you now. Why not kill him, right? Why not kill him? I mean, yeah, he could have beaten Goku if they both turned into great apes. It wouldn't have been too hard. But the thing is like, would he still be paralyzed, though? If he went great ape? I don't know. Probably would be. Would you eat a ball... What the hell? Dude, what the hell, man? Would you eat a balled up pussy or a cube made of ass? You are a fucked up individual, my friend. Oh my god. Every other GTA character versus Nico in a shootout. At the same time, Nico would not be able to beat them all, but one-on-one, I think Nico could beat any of them. With the exception of maybe Michael, just because he can slow down. He has like a slowdown ability. Whether or not you take that into account, that's your choice. But I think Nico was probably the most skilled GTA character out there. Fuck, marry, kill, Geekdom, Quaman, or Master Roshi. And you have to fuck them in the ass. Okay. Fuck Master Roshi just because he's fictional, and that's probably the least terrible one to say. Kill Quaman because he's ugly, and marry Geekdom. There you go. Do I need to explain myself, or can I just pick random options because they're all terrible? Ultimate Perfect Cell versus Buhan. GT Cell when he absorbed Goku. Buhan still, because Cell, you know, arguably would have been around the same strength. And that plus Goku's base, which at his very max, I could see it being Gotenks just because he broke out of a dimension just like Gotenks did, even though it's a little bit different. That would not equate to even close to Buhan's strength, so I would still say Buhan. Why did Piccolo, Frieza, Goku, Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta would not just stop Frieza when he was transforming? They could not stop letting him transform. That's just the thing that Dragon Ball does, man. They just do that. Why didn't Krillin kill Frieza when he did the solar flare on Frieza? Krillin could have sliced him in half. I have no answer for that. Do you think when Cell absorbed 17 and 18, his power was multiplied because when he absorbed Android 18, he got much stronger than Vegeta? Yeah, I don't think it's an addition. I think that he rises to like almost a set amount of power, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I look at it. I don't think it's multiplied though, but I think it raises to a set amount. But I guess all math can be done with multiplication, but not multiplying even numbers, I suppose. Why do people keep thinking Vegeta was so much weaker than Goku when he was going to fight Frieza? Goku was a 3 million and Vegeta was a 2 million. Goku was only doing better than Vegeta because he had Kaioken. I mean, you can rewatch that fight, especially in the manga. Goku clearly is a lot better than Vegeta was, and being 33% stronger than someone is a huge difference in Dragon Ball, my friend. That's a huge, huge difference there. And yeah, Goku did do better with Kaioken, but even when he wasn't using it, he was still doing far better than Vegeta was performing. That is not a question. If Vegeta went Super Saiyan, he would have gotten demolished by Frieza still. Because Frieza still would have been about, if we're putting him at 2 million, Frieza still would have been about 20 million stronger. That's enough of a difference to still demolish Vegeta in my mind. Super Perfect Cell versus Demon King Deborah. You have to count off Cell's abilities. Well, I'm just going to speculate here and just state, because I think Gohan was a Super Saiyan 2 when he fought Deborah. I think logically, if Gohan's a Super Saiyan 2 and still losing, even though he's weaker than he was as a kid, Deborah would have to be, according to Goku, obviously stronger than, you know, around Cell's level. And if Gohan's a Super Saiyan 2 and still losing, even though, you know, people would argue he can't sense it, I think the writers are intending Goku to be referring to the last form of Cell, which was Super Perfect. Even if it doesn't make sense, you have to think about it as a writing standpoint. You have to think of that too. And not to mention, once Goku says that, he sees Dabura use magic. He's like, oh, he's a magic user. He's even stronger than I thought, putting him above Super Perfect Cell. That would make Dabura stronger, and Dabura's spit should be able to defeat him, even though in Dragon Ball Multiverse, which is obviously not canon in any way, made it so Cell took his head off and regenerated. I think Dabura would be strong enough to be able to annihilate Cell, even though Cell is my favorite villain in the series. Why do you keep thinking that Super Perfect Cell power is not equal to Majin Vegeta? Because it's not at all. Majin Vegeta was much stronger. Goku even states, oh, Goku, you're stronger. Well, he doesn't say Goku, but he says, oh, well, at least you're stronger than your son was against Cell. And he seemed to be a pretty considerable amount stronger. Not to mention, Vegeta before Majin said he could beat Dabura with a decent amount. Well, you know, beat Dabura. He says with little effort, but that makes no sense. But he could beat Dabura, who was stronger than Super Perfect Cell, by my calculations, at least for power scaling. That means that Vegeta Majin will be a pretty great deal above Super Perfect Cell. But I'm going to do a video with probably Mike from Laughing Stock Media discussing how that whole arc makes no sense in power scaling. Because if Vegeta could already beat Dabura, he should not have to mention that Goku is stronger than Cell, because he already knew, you know, Goku was stronger than him before, and Vegeta before Majin would be stronger than Teen Gohan by the power scaling. And that whole freaking arc and that saga in general makes no sense, because Boo tanks, when Gotenks defuse inside of Boo tanks, Goku says, oh, you lost over a third of your power, Gohan can beat you now. He doesn't say Goku, he doesn't say I can beat you. That's a Funimation dub error right there. The real line is that Gohan can beat you now. He never says anything about himself. Goku would get destroyed by Super Boo. So please stop telling me that Goku could beat Super Boo when he really couldn't. Please stop. But he says that, oh, you've lost over a third of your power, Gohan can take you. That's saying that they're basically trying to say that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks was a lot weaker than Super Boo. That's what it's saying. Because Gotenks should add a lot more power to Boo than 30, over, 40% or less. Considering, Gotenks was stronger than Super Boo. So it makes no sense. And they're making Piccolo, Goten, and Trunks take up a huge portion of Boo's power too. Moving on. Super Perfect Cell versus Pikkon. That's a hard one. I don't like commenting on that one because we have no idea. Pikkon trashed him with that one cheap shot where Cell wasn't even powered up. He can probably beat him. He probably can't. Who knows? I really don't know. I might do an in-depth video on it if there's even stuff to go in-depth on. Could be a video in the future. Who knows? How is Tagoma Zarbon level before training, but is around Captain Ginyu afterwards? He gets power boost. Not even triple. How can Frieza get one more that is one more than... Okay. Not even triple. Well, first of all, that's a lot more than triple. For Tagoma, if you're saying Zarbon's transformed state would be like a 30,000, that would be, what was Ginyu, 120,000? That would be a 4 times. Okay, so it's 4 times. It is a little bit more than triple. It's not a lot more, but still. Past Ginyu though, so we don't know how much stronger he was past Ginyu. Boost, not even triple. How can Frieza get one more than 100 times? Super Namex and Super Saiyans are aliens that train and get power all the time, but Frieza gets it because he's never trained, because his strength was completely natural and he was incredibly strong already, so he could push his body to limits he's never been able to reach before because of how strong he was. That's my answer. I don't think it makes sense still, but that's the only way I can answer it. You can't make sense of Dragon Ball all the time. That's what people have to understand. You can't always make sense of the series. You just can't. Fusion is clearly stronger than 10 times. Not to mention the Super Saiyan multiplier. Oh, that's number 1. Hold on. Why did Beerus, I'm going to say Beerus because it's not Bill's. Why did Beerus and Goku say that he could never reach a power of Super Saiyan God on your own when Beerus is only 10 times raging with Vegeta? Again, we don't know how strong Vegeta was when he went raging. He was clearly a lot stronger than Goku. Why the fuck didn't they fuse? Goten and Trunks are as strong as first form Frieza in their base. They're much stronger than that in their base. They are much, much stronger than first form Frieza. in their base, and I also did a video on that. They're gotta be past final form Frieza. The thing is, I know you're comparing it to Abo and Kado, but the writers clearly had to have intended Abo and Kado to be final form Frieza. Even if it doesn't make sense, I actually did a video on that. You should go check it out. Goku was comparing Abo and Kado to Frieza too. Goku had to have been comparing it to final form Frieza. That's what the writers are intending it to. I would take Goku's word over, you know, what Tarble should know, which Tarble should only know first form Frieza, but it makes no sense for them to be that weak, would it? Makes no sense for Goten and Trunks to be that weak, so. And yeah, when they're Super Saiyan 3, they get to the level of Super Buu and actually pass that. Why didn't Goku Vegeta fuse? Because fusion wouldn't work. They said it. It just would not work. And that's pretty much the end of it right there. Number 2, fusion is clearly stronger than 10 times. Not to mention the Super Saiyan multipliers. If they had fused, it would have made a fool of Beerus and Whis. Do you think that they said it because they wanted to promote the new God form? Well, they obviously want to promote the new God form. They're trying to make it the strongest form out there, pretty much. And we just don't know how strong Beerus is. We really don't. Let's see. What I meant to say was Vidal's pussy Saiyajin kryptonite. Okay. Whoops. Majin Soul something with Vidal's pussy kryptonite. I don't know what the hell that said. I accidentally deleted. I actually really didn't mean to delete both of those. It's kind of late where I live right now, so I guess I'm too tired. Do you think it's okay for fans to watch Super and be introduced to so many plot holes to start off? I mean, again, plot holes are all over the series. I say it again. Do you think Dragon Ball continuity and plot has been damaged? I think so, because the first 20 episodes are filled with so many contradictions and plot holes. How can multiple races train and power up a long time? Same lines except Super Saiyan, but Frieza trains and gets power boost more than Kid to Mystic Gohan. I wouldn't say it's that much. I wouldn't say it's that much more of a power boost, but again, consistencies are throughout the series. I'm not saying they're more plentiful in Super, but they've always been there. So yeah. Super Perfect Cell versus Demon King Deborah. Already answered this. Why do people keep thinking Vegito is much weaker than Goku? Already answered this. Already answered this. Already answered this. Ultimate Perfect Cell. Already answered this. Already answered this. Oh my god. Already answered this. This one. This one. Wait, what was that one? Maybe I didn't. It must have been. No, it had to have been a repeat because these are all repeats. I don't know what that one was. I already answered this one. Already answered this one. Already answered. Well, I didn't answer this, but I refused to answer it. Fuck, marry, kill, Master Roshi, Dr. Gero, Fat Boo. I've gotten this one before a long time ago. Fuck Fat Boo. Marry Gero, kill Roshi. Gero can build me stuff. Why didn't Cell use a lot of... I already answered this one. Already answered this. Oh my god. Why you fucked Jason in the ass last week? I didn't. Would you fuck Pickle in the ass? No. Would you fuck... No. 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 I already answered this one. What the hell's going on with Ask FM? I already answered this. How come Rats did not just fly in the air when Goku was holding him so Piccolo could do the special beam cannon? He had him grounded, I'm assuming. He just had him on the ground. That would be my guess. Already answered this. Fuck, marry, kill. Frieza, Beerus, Android 18. Are you fucking kidding me? You gave me the easy option. I would fucking destroy 18 with my penis. Kill Frieza and marry Beerus. That sounds like a good one. Vegito. I'm guessing Vegito and Buhan absorption versus Beerus. I'd say Beerus would mop the floor with him. Can Togoma beat first form Frieza before he does the 4 months of training? I don't know how strong Togoma is. But probably could. He probably could, I would imagine, considering how much he's beating Gohan. In his base, at least, and Piccolo. About to burp. But they are implied to be a lot weaker now, which doesn't make any sense. Was Gohan Mystic in Fusion Reborn? He was not. Those dang Muppets took my peacocks. That might be a reference to something, man, but I don't know what. What do you think of my what if idea on if Frieza won and killed the Saiyans and Pilaf, Shu, and Mai became part of his army? That's an interesting theory, but I don't see how it could come to fruition. Really, I don't see how that could be a thing. I hate clickbaiters, especially Soul. He can choke on a choose. I guess he means chode. Yeah, Soul animation fucking sucks. I got some hate on that clickbait video, and I also got a lot of really awesome comments, and I'm actually surprised at how many people saw it. I really didn't expect that many people to look at it. Again, you can watch their content and like it, but I can't quite understand why anyone likes being lied to. Like, if I came and lied to you every single day on a title, be like, oh, like, come on, right now, guys, how the hell would you feel if I came out, made a video, because I'm decently credible, or, Geekta made a video saying, Frieza kills Beerus in Dragon Ball Super. And then you click on the video and it's just me talking about if Frieza can kill Beerus or something like that. I don't think you'd fucking like that, would you? And I'm getting real sick of people making BS arguments to defend these guys. Like, oh, just ignore them. Come on, man. You can ignore them. But the thing is, I mentioned this. These guys give all of us in the community a bad name. They really do. And that's one of the biggest offenses. That you're making everyone think that we're all like that when we're really not. That is a problem. You're affecting me, you're affecting everyone around us, and you're lying to people in your videos. That comes back to us. Those people that watch your videos also watch our videos and come at us with, your theories that, quite honestly, are terrible. Soul Animation, for one, I'll tell you right now, I was watching this with Quaman, and I'm like, alright, let's check out his review, see what he says. His review was a clickbait title too. It's terrible. He said, I think this was his review. It was one of his videos. He says that he got done watching Resurrection F. And get this, guys. He said he was surprised that he did not see Broly in it. He was surprised, after all the promotional material, to not see Broly. How can a person be that stupid? I ask you. And when I say stupid, I mean a grown man, even though he's probably like 17, that should know what he's talking about with 100,000 subscribers. How could you be surprised not to see Broly? And he threw me for a loop because at first he's like, yeah, I was surprised I didn't see King Cold come back, which is understandable, I guess, even though I didn't think King Cold would return because we didn't see anything of him. I didn't think they were going to hide him. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry we didn't see King Cold or Broly. And I'm like, but did I just rewind that? Rewind that? Can you rewind that? I think I just heard a lot of stupid. God, he is not an intelligent human being. Let's see. And he has boobs in all his thumbnails. I'm done with Soul Animation. Battle of Gods 2, yeah. Only idiots call it Battle of Gods 2. Well, I can't. Okay. I'm not saying only idiots. That's my furious me talking. Uninformed people call it Battle of Gods 2, when in fact it's called Resurrection F. Battle of Gods 2, God, Frieza revived, Broly returns. Mofo, your thumbnail is picture of Beerus, Vegeta, and SSJ Bardock is so irrelevant. And you put a question mark. And put a question mark, people thought he was actually returning. Except me. Stop dreaming, Soul. Broly ain't coming back. By the way, he doesn't even talk about F. I'm not sure what the last part is. I guess he means Frieza. But yeah, he doesn't even put question. The thing is that like all his videos are like statements, like Bardock returns in Dragon Ball Super. That's not a question mark. That's a statement. He didn't ask a question. He made a statement in his title, telling people in his title that Bardock has returned. Guess what, guys? It's a video of him speculating Bardock, and I'm getting fucking sick of these goddamn bastards. This is not going to be in a separate video, guys. This is going to be in the Q&A. This is not going to be a separate clickbait video because one was enough, I think. Unless I'm forced to do another one. I just don't understand these guys, especially, with all these terms and services that they break. All the stuff they're doing is so against the rules, and I don't want to sound like a freaking brown noser or something like that, but they're against the rules of YouTube. I'm just surprised that they're not honestly taken down. all these manipulations of the systems and terms of services. I don't know how these guys are still up. I mean, I guess Double 4 Anime isn't up anymore, and that's all weird. I guess he got a bunch of copyright strikes or something. People think it was me that did it. I didn't have anything to do with it, and I've had people private message me saying they hate me for taking him down. I didn't fucking take him down. And actually, in my video, I mean, you guys watched my video. I had a lot of views. Anywhere in that video did I tell anyone to attack him? Did I even send a link to his channel? No. I just said I didn't like him, and here's why. And that I don't understand why people like him, and I'm surprised he's not taken off. I didn't tell anyone at all to attack him. Never commented to go hit him up or attack him. I never said what to do. I just said I don't like him. And I don't think you guys should either. That's it. Can't get me for anything. I didn't do a damn thing. I said my opinion. And my opinion is they fucking sucks. And it's just funny that people bring it back on me. And it did happen after my video, which is kind of weird. And this is going really off track, but hell, this is a long Q&A. It's some of you like hearing about this. So the hell with the haters. They can hate on my videos. Guess what? I have a ban button. Asshole. People think that I don't have a ban button. I don't ban people often. I've banned about 5 or 6 people on my channel overall, I think. About that. Maybe 7. I don't ban people often, but there's some people that you just have to. And if people just harass my fans, I will ban you. And I have no problem doing it at all. It's not hard to do. But yeah, Soul Animation sucks. He really does. How come Gotenks defused after attacking Togoma and meeting Frieza face to face even though 30 minutes didn't pass? Plot holes. Again, yes, plot holes. Don't know. He could have been, you know, whacking off for the first, 29 minutes and then flew over to fight Frieza. Who knows? They did reference, oh, time's up. It's just BS. I agree. It is BS. I'm not going to disagree with that. And it makes no sense. There's no reason why he would have waited around when he fused at all. I agree. We don't know what he did. That's all I can say. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just saying we didn't see what happened before he landed there. He could have been whacking off for 29 minutes for all we know. Who knows? We really just don't. It's just so stupid to try to argue with that. I agree. It's BS, man. It really is. It really is BS. But that whole arc is BS. Like, oh yeah, this guy that's stronger than Ginyu is, beating up Piccolo, which leads many people, including Mike, my good friend from Laughing Stock Media, to say that Togoma has to be around the strength of Boo. I just can't see it. I can't see him getting to that level. He doesn't appear to be that strength. I know he's beating these characters that should be stronger than Cell. They must have declined to a certain degree, even though that makes no sense of how they would get that weak. And I don't know. Literally is no way to explain it. And it's bullshit. I'm not going to stand here and say it's not bullshit, because it's bullshit. It's impossible to make any sense of it. Full powered Super Saiyan Teen Gohan versus SSJ2 Adult Gohan from the World Tournament. I don't think this is really a fight, honestly. Yeah, Gohan got weaker, but he's still, keeping up decently with Deborah, who is, around the strength of Super Perfect Cell. I don't think this is a close fight. It's Super Saiyan 2 Adult Gohan. Happy birthday! Well, thanks, man. My birthday was over a month ago, and this was yesterday. But thanks. Do you think Frieza dying in Resurrection F movie is a reference to... Do you think Frieza dying in the Resurrection F movie is a reference to when he said to Trunks that he who acquires skill quickly is he who is the first to perish, because the reason Frieza died because he acquired his new form quickly and didn't master it? That's a decent idea. I think that was actually a Funimation line only, but that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I think that does it for the Q&A, guys. We don't really have too many bombastic questions coming up, honestly, from what I can see here. Gohan Resurrection F versus Jocko. Come on, bro. It's Gohan. Is that Path of Power? I don't know what that is. Pap? I don't know. I'm jumping around here. Why didn't Goku fuse into Fat or Skinny Gogeta when they failed the second attempt to fuse in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? No idea, actually. They didn't... Super Saiyan 4, that's why. Could Vegito fight Deborah as Stone like he fought Boo as Candy? Probably. I don't see why I couldn't. And then the last question, I don't know why the hell I skipped around. I just wanted to get some interesting ones before. Not that these aren't super interesting. I just wanted to kind of get this, wrap this Q&A up, I suppose. Let's see. How come no other boys in my 7th grade watch or talk about Dragon Ball Z or anime? Because people just don't know what good things are, honestly. Why do Goku and Vegeta hate to fuse? They love being solo fighters. Which fans... Okay, this is the last one. Which type of fan do you hate more, Broly Tards or God Tards? I don't think it's even close. Broly Tards because they think they can beat Beerus. And that is the end of the Q&A, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, what do you guys think about Super Saiyan God Multiplier? What do you think that is? How do you guys feel about... What was it that I asked? There was another one. I don't remember. By golly, I don't remember what the other one is. I said it at some point in the video, but I can't for the life of me remember. But what do you think about Super Saiyan God Multiplier? What do you think that is? Talk about it in the comment section down below. I mean, it goes... Like I said, please, for the love of God, take my number that I put out with a grain of salt. Because... I did it off the top of my head. It's not like I went in depth and did a bunch of analysis. I can't talk. Analysis. That's a proper way to say analysis. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.